From the one and only, this is a Local 10 News Update, sponsored by FHIA, Florida Home Improvement Associates.
And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Christy Kruger. Here's a look at the stories making news on this Thursday. The Florida Senate voting 25-15 in favor of permanently removing former Broward Sheriff Scott Israel. Governor DeSantis suspended Israel back in January over what he called incompetence and a neglect of duty during the mass shootings at Stoneman Douglas High School, as well as at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. A third teenager has now been arrested in connection with a deadly house party shooting. 17-year-old Joshua Chow, along with Matthew Hernandez and Marcos Gonzalez, all 18, are now facing second-degree murder charges. One of them is scheduled to face a judge today. Police say the trio opened fire on a rival gang at a Halloween party over the weekend, killing 15-year-old Angel Cooley. Detectives don't believe he was the intended target. And a middle school teacher has been bonded out of jail now after being arrested for allegedly groping a student on campus. Police say 42-year-old Robert Schwartz did confess to luring that victim into a book closet in the library at Riviera Middle School in Southwest Miami-Dade last week. That's where he's accused of touching her inappropriately. Schwartz has been with the school system for 14 years, but is now out of a job.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying, play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
And a teen is in the hospital after police say he was stabbed by his 12-year-old little brother. Deputies responded to the scene at Lauderdale Lakes at an apartment complex at Northwest 21st Street. We're told the boy stabbed his older brother in the back during some sort of a fight yesterday. The victim's injuries are not to be life-threatening. As breaking news happens, we have you covered on air and online. Head to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates all day long.